Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, Capital Markets Analyst and host of your Cannabis Business Podcast. Today we're going to take a look at the top 10 cannabis industry news stories of the week, starting with number 10. Red, White, and Bloom investees secure 9 new Michigan cannabis cultivation licenses. The newly awarded cannabis licenses will allow Red, White, and Bloom investee Pharmacope to expand its cultivation capacity in Michigan. The harvest will provide the Michigan market with a much-needed supply of ultra-premium lab-approved cannabis amid the current statewide product shortage. Every new emerging market has a shortage. It's just kind of the way that it goes. You got to start from nowhere and build up that inventory. Moving on to number 9. Will there be a legal recreational market for psychedelics? Number 8, number of banks reporting cannabis business clients declines, a federal report shows. So the FinCEN is no longer counting financial institutions that work with hemp-only companies since the crop was federally legalized. So the number of banks and credit unions servicing marijuana businesses dipped in the last fiscal quarter, according to new federal data. Well, I'm seeing just the opposite. So if you look at Sundie, that's her name, Sundie, she's with the credit union Salal out in Denver, Colorado, and she's just expanding the types of accounts that can be offered as well as loans. So obviously those numbers are going to dip if you stop including hemp companies, but the number of cannabis companies that are being banked are increasing slowly though. All right, number 7, MindMed developing IP for personalized psychedelic assisted therapies. Number 6, Alethea. They settled a dispute over supply deals for $29 million. So Canadian cannabis producer Alethea Health and Aphria, they've settled a dispute over supply deal gone wrong. In 2018, Emblem Cannabis, they signed a deal in which Aphria would provide 175,000 kilos of cannabis over 5 years, beginning May of 2019. Alethea Health canceled the agreement in August of 2019, saying that Aphria failed to meet its supply obligations. Number 5, in news that could go back 75 years, the military is investing $27 million to develop a new class of psychedelic-inspired drugs. Sounds like Jacob's Ladder 2 needs to come out. Number 4, MindMed building a diverse pipeline and leadership position in psychedelic-inspired medicine industry. Number 3, there's a bipartisan lawmaker pushing marijuana reform in the floor debate on policy overhaul bill. So there's a representative out of California and Earl Blumhauer out of Oregon and another out of North Dakota. Each spoke about the issue prior to the law enforcement bill's passage. 3 members of Congress, they took to the House floor on Thursday to argue that cannabis reform should not be set aside and forgotten about as the body approves of policy overhauling legislation. Number 2, investor path to psychedelics and why now might be the right time to invest. And number 1, U.S. cannabis legalization. Here's why a record number of states could legalize cannabis in 2021. Spoiler, money. They need money. So cannabis legalization in America could be headed for a record-breaking year in 2021. Could an economic recession, a pandemic, and widespread social unrest actually spell opportunity for the legal industry in the U.S.? Yes. And if you've been listening to this podcast, that is no surprise. The number 1 news story of the week should have been how our RAI Cannabis Index is completely annihilating both MJ and PodX. So we have 0 securities right now. We are literally holding no stocks because it's too risky. So not ideal, but it's better than losing 4% that you saw last week from MJ and losing 5.6% from PodX. We lost nothing. So that puts us up considerably against the competition. So we're doing much better. With that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out and check out these other videos that we've got.